Welcome, or welcome back, to the Null Zone. The companions are finally here, and they're shaking the meta to its core. This is good.
Nope.
Wait for it. They introduce a third dimension to strategy and gameplay for not only PvP, but also PvE. I mean, just look at this. Taka's 590k Iron Man actually has a chance versus this geared Spider-Man. This is in high plat 3, low plat 2. So that's just a taste of what's to come for companions. Without further delay, here's a breakdown of the must-have god tier companions and why I rank them that way. Now, I want to note that I'm unable to confirm the bonus stats that unlock at 5-star and 6-star, however they have shown some of this to us in the Netmarble livestream the other day. Additionally, these are my on-paper ratings with little testing. These ratings may change as their bonus stats are revealed or we learn new situations that these summons can take advantage of. So I know why you guys clicked, I know why you guys came here. You want to see the god tier PvP and PvE companions, so I'm going to provide that for you. Here we go. Coming in at number 1 is Gilgamesh. Now, you see that plus 27, plus 21, plus 228. Those are stats applied to your hero. You can think of them as companion stats, but that's the stats that you gain. Now, his collection bonus is plus melee damage reduction. Now, this is why he's god tier. When he arrives, he crashes into the area, stunning any enemy in a wide area for 1.3 seconds base. After that, he punches 3 times for 409% damage, with the final blow knocking the enemy down, interrupting any channel. The summon is on a base cooldown of 33 seconds and requires 35 stamina to use. It's fast and cheap, and you cannot guard against the attack. The only way around it is to pre-dodge, passively dodge, or iframe it. This allows you to get off those hard to land abilities or simply get in some free damage with no threat of a counterattack or miss. Moving on to rank number 2. While he's not the answer for Spider-Man, he sure as heck helps. Yondu has a stat line of plus 24, plus 24, and plus 240. His collection bonus is plus crit damage. His summon is the Yaka arrow, dealing 447% damage over 7 seconds, and it appears to tick every second while it zips around the battlefield. Now, while this decreases HP recovery by applying bleed, it also prevents dodge skills for being used for 3.5 seconds. Every time the Yaka arrow hits, it reapplies that same debuff. Now, something to note is summons inherit your stats like crit rate and accuracy. So if you had bad accuracy, you're probably still going to miss Spider-Man. But if you have good accuracy, this will stop his dodges cold. Now it has a base cooldown of 40 seconds and requires 35 stamina to use. Honorable mention goes to Vision due to his 2-part summon, with stats of plus 24, plus 22, and plus 252, and his collection bonus of plus movement speed. His summon not only decreases all nearby allies' damage by 13%, but he also targets someone, attempts to knock them airborne, and then crashes down with a laser dealing 635% damage. It is, however, extremely easy to avoid. It's on a base cooldown of 41 seconds and requires 41 stamina to use, one of the higher costs and CDs of summons. Now for PvE, we have the dynamic duo of god tier, Thena and Sersi. Thena has a plus 26, plus 22, and plus 228 stat line with a collection bonus of plus range damage decrease. Her summon deals 400% damage and buffs nearby heroes' attack by 15% for 10 seconds. It is on a base cooldown of 38 seconds and requires 35 stamina to use. Finally, wrapping up the god tier discussion is Sersi with plus 22, plus 22, and plus 264 stat lines and a bonus collection of plus melee damage decrease. Her summon deals 482% damage and creates cosmic energy that explodes, decreasing enemies' defense by 15% for 10 seconds if it lands. Additionally, it can knock back. It's on a base cooldown of 38 seconds and requires 35 stamina to use. Ideally, you want 2 people using Thena and 2 people using Sersi, as it's a deadly dynamic duo in PvE for anything such as raids, blitz, or invasion. With this combo, you can simultaneously increase your team's attack while decreasing the enemy's defense for 20 seconds in a row if chained, or simply 10 seconds at a time, and you can cycle that out to keep the uptime pretty consistent between phases. I unfortunately do not have the Thena Sersi combo unlocked. However, it's sound in theory, and I can see no better way to crush PvE content by increasing your own damage and decreasing the damage resistant of enemies. Now, as you can see, I do have some footage to share. Did you notice how clutch Gilga's stun and knockdown are? As I said earlier, this is low plat 2, high plat 3 gameplay here, but me and Taka are both saving for magic and not investing into our Iron Man. I'm going to let these duels play out for your analysis with only minor commentary. As you continue to watch his footage, you can see why Gilgamesh is top tier, stunning the CM and then flattening her moments later with no chance to retaliate. Moving on to some Yondu gameplay. Prime example of Yondu's dominance in PvP is versus Spiderman. Again, the companions inherit your hero's accuracy. So, if you already can't hit Spiderman, Yondu's not going to help much, and you need to roll some more accuracy on your chest or badges. But with the proper accuracy, Yondu is a bane to Spiderman and by association the CM dodge build. The only counter is to predict the Yondu drop. Use a skill that moves your character or an iframe. If the Yaka arrow connects at all, it will debuff you for 3.5 seconds and you can say bye-bye to your dodge. You have to run out of it and take free damage as you leave, or just simply duke it out during the duration of the summon. This Spiderman here must have already felt the wrath of Yondu, or was just very hesitant due to the fact that I had a summonable companion. He's using Endless Web Swing, which gives him extra time off screen, and it sort of negates Yondu. By actively staying on the move and using abilities that sort of move your character around, you can be on the outer edges of Yondu when he's summoned and only suffer a 3.5 second debuff, give or take. Now, something I want to mention before I review the other 24 companions in my next video is what to do with common or even rare companion tokens you'll never use. Each rarity you upgrade any companion to also gives you what is called collection stats. So when you rank them up, the collection stat is also buffed, thus giving you an overall more squad power. Do not instantly convert the low tier companion tokens into the next rarity box. It's a waste until you start to max them. This was a close match here. As I said, this Spider-Man seems very hesitant due to the fact I have a companion, and he did a pretty good job of avoiding Yondu, but it allows me precious recuperation time for the next wave of attacks. Now, a reason I didn't mention why Vision only gets honorable mention is the fact that he has a bug where if the character becomes untargetable or iframes, he leaves the arena without doing damage. Well, that wraps it up for the 5 god tier companions. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned something. Now you know who to put your XP and skill cards into. Be on the lookout for a follow-up video for the remaining 24 companions and a detailed breakdown of the system. Until we meet next time in the Null Zone, take care everyone.